If I give you all the loving, will you give me all the sales? If I carry sheets of paper, you know I got many things to say.
Hey beautiful people, welcome back to the channel. So today I am going to try this hack that I've been seeing all over YouTube as well as Instagram, and that is basically applying powder before foundation. This method is supposed to help people like myself. I have oily skin and I tend to seep through my foundation no matter how much I blot, I conceal, I milk of magnesia. Like, I still have a lot of oil spots in my T-zone, mainly on my nose and sometimes around my mouth. So I wanted to kind of try this, you know, hack that's been going around just to see if it's really going to work, if it's really worth the hype. You know, sometimes some things come out and it's kind of really hyped up but it doesn't work. So I wanted to go ahead and give it a shot and see if it works. So that's what we're gonna be doing today. I've already did a really simple eyeshadow. I wasn't concentrating on the eyeshadow or anything. I just threw on some shades, some shadows, and that's it. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. There's like hair in my mouth. We're gonna go ahead and get started. First thing first, I'm gonna be using the Sacha Buttercup setting powder. This method apparently is supposed to work by giving you a matte canvas before you put on your foundation, and it's supposed to stay like that throughout the day. So I don't know how accurate this is. We're gonna give it a shot and then I'm gonna be the judge of that. So first thing first, all right, so we got the hair out of the way. I'm gonna use a sponge and we're just gonna go ahead and apply it, I guess. I find this to be so weird, but apparently it works. I don't know. I'm gonna test it out for a few hours just to see if it's just the hype or if it really does work. So I didn't put any primer on. I normally don't put primers on anyways when I put on foundation. The only time I put like primers or any setting, like any base, is if I'm gonna be out for a really long time. Okay, so I got the foundation on here and we're gonna go ahead and apply it. This is how I would normally apply my foundation anyways. So we'll go ahead and just pat that down. Now the sponge is slightly damp. Like I said, I'm applying everything like how I would apply my typical foundation, you know, application routine, whatever. So one thing I am already noticing is that it is drying my foundation matte. So already I don't know if you guys can see, but the foundation is drying super matte. Like normally it would be a little bit more glossier than this, but automatically I'm seeing that it's drying up really matte. Like, yeah, it's pretty matte. So let's go ahead and just finish up the face. All right, so I've gone ahead and applied foundation. First thing first, I really do like the way that my foundation looks on right now. Like, it's really matte, and I like how it's giving me sort of like an airbrush look. I don't know if the camera is picking up what I'm trying to say, but I really like the way my foundation looks. Like, I really like the way the foundation looks so far. So we're gonna go ahead and put on some concealer.
Grips on your waist, from way back way. You know that I don't play. Streets not safe, but I never run away, even when I'm away.
Alright guys, so let's go ahead and set the concealed area. So I'm gonna be using my black opal. What number is this? This is the natural setting powder. Very neutral. I like this as an everyday setting powder. So I'm gonna go ahead and just set all the areas that we concealed. I'm gonna be using the same sponge as well. I like to use the beauty sponge for everything. The beauty blender, I don't know, I just love the way it gives a flawless finish to a look.
You've been rolling around, shit, I'm rolling up. Light and roll it up, break it down like a pound. She was never us. She was never us. That's the real on the real. Are you serious?
I don't know if it's just me or if you guys notice, but it's like giving me a really nice, like air. I don't know, maybe it's all in my head. I don't know, we'll see. But I feel like it's giving me a really nice airbrush makeup finish look, sort of like an airbrush makeup type of look. I don't know. Y'all tell me, like, what do you think so far? I feel like it's giving me this really nice airbrush finish. Maybe it's just in my head, I don't know. So I'm just gonna take a brush and I'm just going to use my MAC finish powder in deep dark and just set everything into place. So right now this is like the main foundation of the face. I'm not doing anything dramatic. I'm just gonna go ahead and put some eyeliner and some mascara, some lip gloss or some lipstick, whatever, and I'll come back and then show you guys the time of when I am stepping out and then when I'm gonna come back, and then we'll finish off the face. All right guys, so I've gone ahead and finished off the makeup look. Nothing too much. Just put on some blush, some little bit of highlight, some lip gloss, some eyeliner, some mascara to my bottom lashes, and that's it. So far I like the way the makeup looks. I like how it's giving me a really nice matte finish. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the current time so that you can see. So right now it is, I don't know if you can see, but it's like about 7:30 p.m. So 7:26 p.m. I'm gonna go out. I'm just gonna go out, step out for a little bit, and then when I come back, I'm not gonna touch up. I'm not going to blot. I'm gonna try to keep the face the way that it is, and then I'll come back and just show you guys how it looks. Hopefully it stays up to par. So far I do like that it's giving me a nice airbrush finished look. I really like the way that it looks. Like, I'm pretty impressed. I have to say I'm very much impressed. So I will see you guys in a couple of hours when I get back in there. All right guys, so I'm back in the house now. I am so tired. My eyes are red, my contacts needs to come off, makeup needs to come off my face. It is now 12:40 p.m. so almost 1 a.m. so that means I've had this makeup on for about 5.5 hours, almost 5.5 hours. And I have to say that it did pretty okay, despite it being only powder. Only thing that I have noticed after 3-hour mark is that my nose was still oiling up, but other than that, everything seemed to have stayed intact. Right here is where I normally get a lot of oil. So right here I get a lot of oil, as well as like right here. But it seems like right here is okay. It's just right here that is still very oily. But overall, I think it's okay. Like it's manageable. I don't know if there's a specific powder that I should have used. I see a lot of people using just the Sacha Buttercup or translucent powder or whatever. But whatever the case may be, I think that it did well, because even when I put on primers or matte primers, I still get oil on my nose regardless. So I don't know. The only thing that works for me is milk of magnesia, which is also bad for your skin, so I stay away from that unless I'm going to like an event, like a very important event. I need to stay, you know, matte throughout the day. But the fact that normally I would even blot anyway, so it will kind of keep the oil in place, but the fact that in blot I didn't touch up, I think the powder did pretty okay. I think it did pretty well. I would definitely combine that in my makeup routine. I think I do like it. I love the way that my foundation looked when I finished applying it. For the first few hours, I loved the way it looked. but of course in the future I'm gonna continue blotting with the MAC blot just to kind of keep the nose intact. But other than that, I think that it did really well.